What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Magnetic Magazine review. I'm Kane Michael, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Arturia Microbrute. The Microbrute is a single oscillator monophonic synth. It's a 100% analog signal path, which gives it a real nice, rich sound. And what's really cool about it is that it has a multi-wave oscillator, which means that you can blend various types of waves together, such as a saw, square, or a triangle. It also gives you a few other options to mess around with those. You can create an ultra saw, you can create a pulse width, or what they call a metallizer. It also has a brute factor, which is where it gets its name. It's a pretty cool synth. It's small, it's a great price, and it sounds amazing. What we're going to be doing is overviewing it, going over the basics, and then actually comes with some presets, and so we're going to mess with those and do some sound design, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So as I said, this is a single oscillator, but it's not limited. When a lot of people think of analog, they think of, crazy Moog setups or modular setups or anything like that, but analog does not have to be so complicated and so scary. Case in point, the Microbrute. What I really like about the analog sound is that it's just fat. It's warm, it's fat, and it feels real. It doesn't feel, like Silent or any VSTs. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but there's a certain realness you get with analog. You can do all that stuff with Silent, like I said, or Serum or anything like that, and it's all just kind of clicking here and there, but it's pretty cool to be able to actually physically touch it and do kind of see what it does in person. Another really cool thing about this synth is that it is pretty basic, but it's a great way to actually learn synthesis because it's very straightforward. It gets its name from the Brute filter, which was designed after a famous vintage synth. What people do is route the headphone output back into the synth to create this overdrive, just this nasty sound, and it really does crank it up. I'm not even doing anything. All it is just a basic square wave right there, and it is pretty fat. So now let's take a look at some of the presets. Now the presets come in the form. Obviously, there's no internal presets or anything. So the presets come in the form of these sheets right here. There's 10 of them, and then they come with 5 ones that you can do your own custom sounds with. So the first sound we're going to take a look at is the Blade Runner pad. It's a pretty cool synth, and it's pretty easy to set up. It has these little notches on it to just tell you exactly where to put everything. So yeah, let's give it a go. So as you can see, that was pretty easy. And then we have one last thing. We're going to connect the LFO to the saw. And there we go. Let's give this a listen. That sounds pretty cool. I mean, I can see that being, you know, possibly like a drum and bass track, or some cool like darker electro kind of sound. So the next preset we're going to take a look at is called the Clang Bells, and it's a pretty obnoxious raw sound. Really like it. Let's take a listen. Pretty cool. Again, really basic. Not doing anything crazy, literally just turning a few knobs here and there. And again, it's pretty cool because, you know, on a virtual synth, to change your preset, you just click next and it does everything for you. But being able to physically do this, like I said, it really teaches you the basics of synthesis. All right, so the last preset that we're going to take a look at is called the phase bass. And it's a pretty cool sound. Would be cool for like a house track, maybe like a bass house track, or again like electro, or possibly even a techno track. Kind of could do whatever you want with it. But yeah, let's take a listen. Now what we're going to do is just kind of go free for all and see what we can do, see what we can come up with just by messing around. And yeah, let's give it a go. I mean, you can see I was just kind of just turning knobs and stuff, and I was creating some pretty ridiculous sounds. Again, you could do that with any virtual synth. You could do that with most synths, but I mean, like I said, because this is a physical thing and you actually have to do it yourself, it really creates a sense of realness to it. It feels like you're actually playing a real instrument, which you know you are, but it creates a real organic personal feel with the sounds that you're making, as opposed to just kind of clicking here and there with your mouse and doing all kinds of stuff like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course, but like I said in past reviews, electronic music especially has a habit of becoming really stale just because we're lazy and because we don't want to take the time to really do things, and it's so easy to just use presets and to just tweak a few things here and there. But really using something like this is just, it's not only good for your brain and good for your music making skills, but it's just fun. If you come from a background of playing a live instrument, guitar, piano, there's a certain appeal to this because, as I said, clicking with a mouse and keyboard can get really boring. So overall, I think that this is a fantastic piece of hardware. I really think most people would benefit from having this because it's so easy to use, it's inexpensive, and you can create some amazing sounds just by doing a few knob turns. That's something you can't really do with a lot of the bigger analog synths. You can obviously do the same thing, but they're much more intimidating. This is a very simple, very basic layout, and it doesn't create anxiety. It creates a sense of ease because everything is so straightforward. Yes, there are modulations that you can do, which creates a whole new level of experimentation. But even if you didn't want to use that at all, you just wanted to use the basic synthesizer itself, you can do that, and it's just so much fun. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I'm Kane Michael, and for more reviews, tutorials, check us out, magneticmagazine.com.